and now I'm enjoying it. It was invigorating.
Really?
I was tired. I was walking in. I said, took a deep breath. I'm like, oh, good.
Yes.
You with that glass half full.
Every now and then.
Well, that, and we're starting to get used to it. We're acclimating to it, right?
The time change and the colder weather, yeah.
All of it, yes. And here we are on Thursday. So let's take a look at the forecast, everyone. Of course, we're keeping an eye on that bomb cyclone up to the north that's bringing heavy rain for Northern California, and it's tapping into an atmospheric river. So storm after storm up north that's just feeding all of that moisture and causing those huge rainfall amounts and that heavy snow. Now, as that system starts to drift to the south into the weekend, it's going to lose strength. So it's not going to bring the impacts that it's bringing up north to us. But we will have 2 rounds of rain. The first one arriving on Saturday, the second one arriving Sunday into Monday. So we're going to get you ready for it. Don't wash the car because that rain is on the way. Not today, though. We do have some high cloud cover, and I think when the sun is up around 6:30, it's going to be a beautiful start to our day. Here are those temperatures that Adrian was talking about. 50s and 40s for most, but 20s in the deserts and mountains. This afternoon, mostly sunny, and we're going to be flirting with 80 degrees for the valleys in IE. It's the warm before the storm. We'll break out that 7-day forecast just ahead. Right now, here's a look at the drive. What's up, Robin?
The drive is not so bad, Belen. We're off to the 60. We're heading east. This is coming away from East LA, heading east toward the 605 split, and the traffic is smooth. It is quiet. It is trouble-free on the 60. For both directions, it's going to be a quick trip of 19 minutes between the 57 and Diamond Bar and the 10 heading into East LA. I'm noticing that the 5 is picking up. That's expected. It's not bad, though. 13 minutes from the 605 to the 10. No problems for the 10 west from East LA heading over to West LA. But we do have a crash clearing right now in Hawthorne. This was the rollover crash that I mentioned earlier, northbound 405 to East 105. That connector is being cleared right now. No major delays approaching the scene. We'll check more freeways coming up. Adrian, Lynette, back to you.
Robin, thank you. 4:30.
It's a chilly but quiet morning, and we have this high cloud cover, so I am calling a sunrise watch. The sun will be up at 6:31. I think it'll be a nice start. Sun setting at 4:45, 10 hours, 14 minutes of daylight. Let's make the best of it. There's been a lot of talk of bomb cyclone in the news lately. Just ahead, I'm going to explain what that is and show you the rain that's on the way. Right now, let's talk traffic. What's up, Robin?
I can't wait to hear more about that. The traffic looks good. We're checking on the Street Vision, who just made the merge from the 605 over to East 60. So now we're tracking the commute heading toward West Covina. Looks fantastic. We'll peek at more freeways coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Holidays are here.
Oh, yes. And the weather's starting to match, too.
For sure.
We got chilly temperatures, and we're seeing more frequent storms, especially what's happening to the north. So that bomb cyclone, we've been hearing it a lot. So I want to explain what that is exactly, okay? A lot of rain, a lot of snow for our friends up to the north, and it's because of a system that has experienced explosive cyclogenesis. Stay with me, okay? I'm going to use some terms that we don't usually see in our forecast. What is the definition of explosive cyclogenesis? It's when surface pressure inside the center of the storm falls by at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. What that really means is that the storm system is rapidly strengthening as it decreases pressure inside the system. And the concern with the storm up to the north is that it is tapped into an atmospheric river. So we'll check out satellite, and you can see how this river of moisture is streaming straight into Northern California. That's an atmospheric river. Now, atmospheric rivers are common during the winter months here along the West Coast. And what it is think of it as a river in the sky, and it has high moisture content. As that river in the sky interacts with our mountains here in California, it's kind of like a sponge. It is squeezed out. All of that moisture is squeezed out. Now, for the most part, it can be beneficial, but when you have that rain falling over a long period of time, that's where you bump into problems like flood watches and flood warnings. And that storm system up to our north, with all of the elements that it has combined with all of this water, that's the reason why we have all of those issues. Now, an atmospheric river Think about this. It has 7 to 15 times the amount of water flow as the mouth of the Mississippi River, and it's responsible for 25 to 50% of California's annual rainfall. So if it weren't for atmospheric rivers, we wouldn't get the amount of moisture that we do during the winter months. So they're not all bad. The problem is that the system is just dumping a lot of water repeatedly over the same area. Now for us, that atmospheric river is going to weaken as it arrives here in Southern California as we get into the weekend. So we are breaking this up into 2 storms. The first one is going to be on Saturday, and that one will mostly be beneficial. It'll be light rain, and we're expecting minimal impacts, but a possibility for some slick roads. Then comes storm number 2. That's going to be Sunday through early next week. Now that's still several days away, so there's still a lot of uncertainty, but that's the one that has the potential of bringing us some higher rainfall amounts. So what's keeping us dry right now is the current weather pattern that's bringing us those temperatures in the 80s. Area of high pressure is keeping that rain up to our north. But for tomorrow, the system starts to spread towards the east, and then that's when we start to see that rain from the north move south. We're not tapping into that moisture until we get into Saturday, so keep the umbrellas ready because there is a potential of seeing that rain continue through early next week. Along with the rain, we're also going to see some cooler temperatures. So today we're looking at highs in the 80s in some spots, but as we head into the weekend, the temperatures will drop into the 60s. And here's a look at how much rain we're expecting from this first storm system. Again, minimal amounts with low rainfall rates, so not looking at any huge concerns when it comes to mudslides or debris flows or any winter storm impacts because that snow level is going to stay pretty high at about 8,000 feet. Now let's take a look at traffic. Here's Robin.
Thank you, Belen. We're going to check in on some drive times for you right now. Taking a little peek at the numbers. Heading out of the Inland Empire, all is well. It is quiet. It is smooth. The 60 is 25 minutes from Riverside heading over to Diamond Bar. No problems for the 10 going west from Colton heading to Pomona. And if you're about to take the 210, that's in good shape as well. 26 minutes and growing from the 215 over to the 57. The drive on the 101 is wide open. Looks fantastic if you're heading toward East LA or downtown LA. From the 5 to the 134, it's wide open. The 110, the trip between South LA and downtown LA looks good actually for both directions, north and south. We had a crash at Century. That's gone. 13 minutes between the 405 and the 101. The 10 East LA to West LA also looking good. No problems connecting to the 405. The rollover crash that we had earlier, it's gone. So that's great news. The Lakers are home tonight. They take on Orlando Magic. Doors open at 6. Tip off at 7:30. It's going to be busy all around Crypto.com Arena. So plan ahead. You've been warned. Today in LA returns after the break. We'll be right back.